What is going on, my big Trucker Bee family? How are y'all doing today? And fall has officially hit us. I've seen reports of snow cross country, and I am in New Mexico right now, and it was 41 degrees when I woke up, and boy, actually it felt good. It felt nice actually having my my windows down and my truck off. It was a beautiful sleep. But boy, at the end, I kind of froze my ass off, and that did not feel good. Anyway, let's get into DUI trucking, shall we?
Life's like a road that you travel on. There's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore. With a brave heart, free and lover's soul, come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to lay down the garden gate. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway, I won't ride it all night long. If you're going my way, well, I wanna drive it all night long.
So, I want to talk to you guys about having a DUI in your prior record. You see, in trucking, we've all made mistakes in our past. Even before your CDL or even after your CDL, everybody has made mistakes. DUIs, DWIs are very serious issues, and we really got to be cautious about them and how we drink and our responsibility to driving. Thank God for Uber and Lyft nowadays. It's so much cheaper to have. But I'm gonna give you guys, I'm gonna inform you guys about a couple ways you can still get a driving job if you've had a DUI on your record in the past. It is not the end of the world. Just make sure you have all your P's and Q's in order, because you're gonna need at least 3 years since everything was taken care of from your DUI. Meaning you cannot get your CDL unless you've had all your suspensions lifted, all your fines paid. Make sure that everything that when you first got your DUI, make sure that everything is taken care of, and then give it about 3 years. I know it seems like a lot, but that I'm telling you, this is about the bare minimum time to get your to go apply for a company. The FMCSA regulations state that a second conviction for a CDL holder for operating a vehicle, commercial or otherwise, under the influence of alcohol or controlled substance, or a second refusal will disqualify a driver from attaining a CDL for life. So if you're a CDL holder and you've got a DUI twice, well, sad to say, you will lose your CDL license for life. I'm not too sure about your regular license. I've heard of people getting DUIs a couple times and they had the little thing in their that little breathalyzer in their car. The best way to prevent a DUI is not to drink and drive, obviously. The thing about CDL holders is even if you're in your own personal vehicle, you can still get a DUI by blowing a .04. And that's a bad thing, because in your truck, in your car, on a motorcycle, anywhere, if you blow a .04 while operating on a highway, that's DUI. They hold us at a higher standard than a regular car driver. Anyway, if possible, it is recommended that new drivers with DUIs or DWIs on the record look to company-sponsored CDL training, or at the very least get as many pre-hire letters as they can before attending truck driving school. So, if you get all these pre-hire letters from these companies, because you don't want to do the company-sponsored CDL, that will increase your chances of going to a truck driving school. But make sure wherever you live, double check with the truck driving school. Say, hey, I had a DUI about 3 or 4 years ago. You might get in, you might not. But if you don't get in, it's not the end of the world. There's so many ways to get your CDL that you don't have to go through a school. But the company-sponsored CDL training, it'll work, but you got to be careful. Make sure you choose the company right, because a lot of these companies will have you under a contract, and in this contract, they will hold you for your CDL training, and then what they do is they say, all right, well, you got to work for us for a year or maybe 6 months before you can even leave. And your pay isn't going to be that good, but at least you got your foot in the door. Your average pay as a company sponsored CDL trainer or training, like if you got your CDL, you're going to make probably about 28-29 cents a mile. They'll tell you probably higher, and it could be higher, it could be lower. You'll make about $26,000 or $30,000 a year, but hey, it's your first year. Yes, you had a DUI conviction in the past, but it's your first year in trucking. You just got your CDL. Just bear with it. Trust me, it will get better for you. Excuse me. It will get better for you. All right? It's not the end of the world. You will make more money. Just keep a clean driving record. That means no speeding tickets, no reckless driving, and of course, no drinking and driving. You definitely don't want a DUI with the CDL. So I want to just let you guys know that if you're looking to get into a company, I'm going to help you find those companies. I will post a link in the description for what companies to work for that will hire drivers with the CDL 5 years. With the DUI that from 5 years or less. These companies, I'm assuming they work with a lot of people that might have had them, because there's a lot of times where people will think, oh, well, I've had a DUI, I can never get into trucking. That's not the case. And that's what hopefully this video can assure you and help you out with. Get into the companies that will hire drivers with a DUI or DWI less than 5 years or less than 5 years old. I got this off truckingtruth.com. Like I said, I will post the link in the description. It gives more detail into each company. They give you links and they can help you out. And hopefully, as soon as you get your CDL, these companies will hire you, depending on your past experience and driving record, and hopefully help you succeed. So we're going to start with AAA Cooper. They have a no DUI within the last 3 years, plain and simple. I'm sure they also want other things like clean driving record, but 3 years, no DUI. A DUI Pile, if I'm saying that right, at least 3 years old, only one DUI allowed in a lifetime. Then we got Cassin's Trucking. Must have no record of a citation or conviction for driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs during the 3 year period prior. So if you got a DUI in 2015, it's 2018. I would actually wait till 2019 because it's almost over. You can actually go apply for this company, and you should be okay. Covenant Transport, they are a major company. They do a lot of teams. I see their trucks on the road all the time. They have a DUI. It says DUI or drug alcohol related incidents in a motor vehicle. None will be allowed in the last 4 years. One in the last 10 years. 2 in a lifetime. 0 in a commercial vehicle. So that means if you had those in your personal vehicle, you should be okay. But if you've had one in an actual semi truck, just don't even bother applying. We're going to go to Mesilla Valley Transportation. No DUIs, DWIs within the last 2 years. No multiple offenses within the last 7 years. So if you've had DUI in about 2 years ago, but you haven't had nothing else, nothing going on within that 7 years prior or after, you should be okay. In fact, I think that's one of the shortest ones I've seen that was less than 3 years. So if you had a DUI in 2015, I think you should be okay. Midwest Motor Express. No DUI citation conviction for the reckless operation in the past 3 years. And I think that's with being in a car. And I don't know if that's including a commercial vehicle, because if you've had a DUI in a commercial vehicle, this whole process is 10 times harder. But for those of you wanting to get into truck driving and has had a DUI or some sort of offense, Midwest will probably take you after 3 years of a clean driving record and all your stuff's taken care of. Oak Harbor Freight Lines have no record of DUI, reckless driving, license suspensions, or accidents during the past 3 years. So once more, it's another 3 year situation. And I think, like I said, once you get into it, guys, there's plenty of companies out there. I'm just reading the few that do 5 years or less. Like I said, I'll post in the description the companies that will. I'll post in the description the companies that will hire you 10 years or like there's other companies that'll take you 10 years after or whatnot. So the next on the list is PNS Transportation. No DUI or DWI listed on your MVR within the last 3 years. So that's in your personal car and just in your MVR in general. And then after that, Prime Inc. Prime is a major company. They do flatbed, van. I see them all over. They have no failed or refused drug or alcohol tests in the last 3 years. This includes DWIs, DUIs, and BACs. Multiple safety-related offenses will be considered to an individualized assessment. Now we got tenant truck lines. DUI, DWI will be considered if the offense is older than 3 years. 2 DUI, DWI convictions, regardless of time, is a disqualification. Like I say, if you've had DUIs 2 times in your life with or without a CDL, good luck getting into a company. It's very hard. Trans Am Trucking, another major corporation company, they have and this is actually kind of a good one. I just noticed this. This one has no DUI convictions in the last 2 years. And out of all the companies, I've heard good things. I've heard bad things about Trans Am. They're kind of a bigger company as well. But I would actually look into that myself. Well, not myself. I've never had a DUI. But if you're just looking into trucking or just starting, I don't know what their training is like. If you've got a CDL already, go check out Trans Am. And if you don't have a CDL, maybe they'll take you in after you get one. This next one, if anybody watches the video works for this company, I apologize if I'm saying the name wrong, but it says Tuttle and Tuttle Trucking. It's kind of an interesting name for a trucking company. I have no idea what they're about. Like I said, I'll post a link in the description, they will have a link to each of these companies. And if I were you, if you're going to truck driving school, I would actually go fill out an application for every one of these companies I'm mentioning with the 5 years or less prior. But this one is DUI, DWI must be over 3 years old and only one allowed in a lifetime. So next we got Ward Trucking, no DUI or DWI in the last 3 years, none ever in a commercial vehicle. Like I say, if you get a DUI in a commercial vehicle, it'll be tough to get back into driving. Wayne Transport, no serious or disqualifying traffic violations within the last 3 years. Pretty plain and simple with those. Now, this next company is a very big one. Everybody knows it. I'm not talking about Swift, but I am talking about Werner Enterprises. Werner has a no DUI or DWI in the last 3 years and one in maximum lifetime. But I know that Werner does I think they do CDL training. I could be wrong. A lot of major companies are doing it these days, so I get mixed up. And then, last but not least, Wilson Trucking. No DUI or DWI for 3 years, no license suspension or no license suspension or revocation for more than 30 days in the past 3 years. So those are the ones that'll take you within a 2 to 3 year process. So if you, like I said, if you've had a DUI in 2015, wait till 2019. I know 2018 is 3 years, but just to be safe, wait till 2019. Make sure you have all your P's and Q's in order. Make sure you've kept your driving record straight, and hopefully everything will work out just fine. I hope you all liked my video. Please like and subscribe. And if you all want to know anything else, or have questions, or have a suggestion for a video, anything that regards DUI testing, drug testing, anything like that, I would be glad to help and do some little research and look it up for you. But with that being said, I wish you all the best and good luck. Big Trucker Beat out.